welcome back to another episode of Monsters and Other Childish Things on Tabletop Tailspinners. I am so excited to be back. For the audience, it's been a while since we've recorded and played this game, and I miss my friends very much. So I'm so pumped to play. So, let me do my question of the week after you introduce yourselves. Starting for me with Sal, who's in my top left. Who the heck are you, and what the heck do you do, and how can people find you, and who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Sal. My pronouns are they, them. I pretty much have a couple different handles I use. You can find me, though, in my link tree down below. I do a lot of different things on my own. I do D&D stuff. I do podcast stuff. I do lots of different things. If you're interested in anything creative, feel free to give me a hit. And I'm playing Harper White.
Yes. And Spria, Soup, who are you?
Hi, I'm Zoop or Supriya. You can find me as Zoop Machine anywhere you want to look. I have a card that, one day I'll update and it'll tell you what I've been in. I really like playing lots of games. So if you like what I do, let's play a game.
All right. Thank you. Mia, tell the people who you are.
Hi, I'm Mia. You can find my socials at eosha.card.co. I like to draw things, I like to play, I like to GM, and most of all, I love being a little chaos gremlin. So if you want to play with me, hit me up.
I also love being a chaos gremlin. Rosie, tell the people where they can find you, who you are, and who you're playing.
Hi, I'm Rosalie. Feel free to call me Rosie or any other nickname for short. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Evelyn Bartles, Evie for short. On this particular show, you can also find me on other Tabletop Tailspinners Network stuff, such as Magnificence, D&D 5e Actual Play Podcast, where I play a very, very different character, but she's a wizard. So...
And who are you playing? Did you say?
I did say it's Evelyn or Evie.
Okay.
Because I love nicknames.
I didn't say. I'm playing Purvi Patel.
There you go. And
actually, no. I'm sorry, Juicy. We didn't tell you we're mixing up this week. We're all swapping characters.
Oh, shoot. That's fine. I can
Ollie.
improv. Amazing. And I am Juicy Garland, Boston area drag queen and member of Tabletop Tailspinners, and I am your GM for the evening. You can find me all over the internet because I'm a bit of a slut. And also, you can find me in All Our Faults, which is a TTN production of Monster Hearts 2. It's a beautiful actual play podcast, and I'm proud of what we do. I also do a whole bunch of other stuff, but I don't have time. Also, my pronouns, I don't have time for them. Figure it out. Use context clues. They're your problem, not mine. So, let's start with our question of the episode. I want to know, what did you get in trouble for as a kid?
My autism.
Go on.
Truthfully, my fully undiagnosed autism was consistently what teachers had a problem with me for.
Incredible. Can you give us an example?
So I would often ask a lot of questions. Even in scenarios where to a neurotypical person, it was pretty clear that it was supposed to be rhetorical statements that were not supposed to prompt a question afterward. Such as if a teacher said a hypothetical scenario. I would ask a bunch of questions about the hypothetical scenario, and the teacher would just end up getting frustrated and say, "It's real. It's not a real scenario."
Amazing. I love that for you. What about you, Mia? What's the time you got in trouble?
Oh gosh. I got in trouble because one time I think I was like 8 or 9 or something, and I had, when you have like a really cool older cousin and they kind of like take you under their wing and they're like one of your siblings.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted her boyfriend to come over while she was staying over my place, and me being like, well, I don't want to say no. I let a man into my home.
Escándalo.
Yes, so that was pretty much like the worst thing I got in trouble for. Anything else was pretty much if I didn't succeed academically, or if I tried to ask to be a normal kid and be like, "Can I go to the school fair?" No. Okay. And yeah.
Amazing. I love that you got caught for that because you probably couldn't keep a secret, is my guess.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
found out. It was a whole thing. People made fun of me. I would cry about it all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Rosie, Zoop, what about you? Who has a story?
I mean, I think mostly I got in trouble for anxiety meltdowns.
We love victim blaming here.
We're a bunch of nerds, Juicy.
Oh, clearly. Do you have an example, Zoop?
I think they tried to be pretty patient, but I do remember one time I was really anxious about the fact that I couldn't fit the Goofy game into my suitcase to take it to my cousin's.
Yeah.
And I was having a meltdown over that, and my grandmother was like, "Just slap her! Just slap her!"
Amazing. I love that. That's old country family.
Yeah.
I love that. What about you, Rosie?
I'm gonna pass on this one.
That's fine. That's fine. I have a story. I was young. I was early teen, like tween. I was at Dunkin' Donuts because I am a masshole to my heart, even if I grew up in Western Mass. And I begged my dad, literally got on my knees in the Dunkin' Donuts to beg him for a Dunkachino. And you know what? I got it, but he was furious with me. And the conversation he had at me about
Wait, what age was
debasing
this?
myself. I was like 13.
Okay, I wasn't allowed to have caffeine until I was 16, so that's wild to me.
Amazing. Your character, Evie, makes so much more sense. But yeah, I got a stern talking to very aggressively over me literally begging on my knees for a Dunkachino and a Dunkin' Donuts. They were surprised I was gay.
This
I don't know
13-year-old
how.
Juicy already liking coffee is
I must
so...
have it. I must have the Dunkachino.
Just the drama of me, Father, please, on my
I-
A
knees.
Shakespearean play.
Alas, poor
remembered-
Yorick.
I remembered one other time that I got in trouble. I would like my mom would go shopping and I would fall asleep in random places. Like at the Rugged Bear, I fell asleep under a sock display, and I got in trouble because I was making my mom look like she was sleep depriving me.
Incredible. All right. Now that we've reviewed our childhoods and given our vulnerable moments, last time, our kids had a weird dinner where Harper's mom coordinated a sleepover and her mom's new assistant, Ms. Bianca Nola, hovered in the space, attending to the kids while Mr. White ate his burgers behind his wall of newspapers. After dinner, the kids went home, grabbed their things, and came back to enjoy their first sleepover with their friends. Evie wanted to try opening the strange cube. With many choices before them, the kids started to play with their Ouija board. They set the space in Harper's large bedroom with a circle of electric candles. Using the cube as the planchette, Squick goofed on the kids, pretending to be Amelia Earhart. When this ended, Ollie got mad and demanded that Squick share how the cube makes him feel. That did not go well. Then, after the hubbub, the lights began to dim and then popped out, leaving the room in near darkness. A horrible creature made of shadow rose from the floor to attack the kids. With no escape or response from Harper's parents, after a rough fight, the kids destroyed the thing that was Ms. Nola, and another strange cube popped out. Left in a lurch, Harper's room destroyed, late at night, the kids now have to reckon with the fallout of the night's events. What will they do? What do you do?
I feel
What do
like
we do?
Harper immediately would kind of like look around and realize, oh my goodness, they're like my bed, like the canopy has collapsed in on itself. The bed itself is like the mattress is like indented and destroyed. I'm imagining like a dresser to the side is like collapsed in on itself, and then the
Mm-hmm.
floor itself is like torn to shreds.
Oh yeah, the carpet is a mess.
And her eyes just start going wider and wider and wider as she's looking around, and she starts
Mm-hmm.
stuttering like what what um uh uh
And can everyone roll brains plus notice?
Ooh,
2 10s.
Two nines.
Two
Two
sevens.
For everyone who succeeded,
And that's
you
all 4 of
hear-
us, I think.
Yeah. You all hear steps coming down the hallway after a door is shut. What do? You have a moment.
Harper, I think we killed your mom's helper lady.
My mom's gonna be so mad that everything's a mess. Oh my god.
It's okay. And Ollie's gonna yell at Squeak. Squeak, you need to put everything back together with your mind power thingies.
All right.
I'm gonna go out in the hallway. I'm gonna like try and look like I'm really sleepy.
Okay.
And we'll
to
see
you
what
in a
happens
moment,
here.
Evie.
Mm-hmm.
Ollie, I need you to roll something to get Squick to do this.
Okay.
Mhm.
Could
What do you
I?
think?
I'm thinking that this is either like an outthink or a girl boss.
I'm fine with Girl Boss. Girl Boss is my favorite stat that you all have. And I'm going to lobby Arc Dream to revise this game and add Girl Boss to the stats. So,
As they should.
So, roll me some Girl Boss if you think you're confident there.
Okay.
What'd you get?
Oh, okay. 2 9s.
Okay, so you can get Squick to move. What is he going to do? What's he going to use? What's he going to roll to fix the room?
Gosh. So Squick is going to roll. They're going to roll their telekinetic horns. It's useful for reaching and carrying things. And it's also sharing. So maybe I could also help Squick in the same action.
You know, I'm fine with that. I think that's fun, so we're going to let it happen. However, you're going to have to roll twice.
Okay.
We're going to see how well you do. Now, this is hard. So we're going to need at least a match of 3 to be fully successful here. And you may get it. And it won't, we'll say you'll get most of the way. It's so bad. I don't know how you're
If
going to
it
fix
helps,
the
I'm
carpet.
trying to buy time is my goal on going out into the hallway.
Yeah, so what we're going to say is, Ollie, roll for Squick and yourself. Rosie, you're running out into the hallway. You see Mrs. White coming down in her nightgown, hair in curlers. I imagine she wears like big curlers for like a strong wave, right? She has beautiful highlights and like an ombre to cover some of the gray.
I feel like she's a morning shed girly.
Yeah, she's a future cougar. So what we're gonna say is she's coming in her nightgown with shoulder pads. She's never without shoulder pads. And her curlers in. What are you gonna do when you see her coming in the looming darkness?
Where's the other bathroom?
Well, darling, just down the hallway. Is everything okay?
Well, the Harper's bathroom is Ollie's tummy is upset, and my tummy is also upset.
All right, I need you to roll an outthink.
Are you sure it's not connive?
You know, I'll take that.
Okay, cool. So I'm rolling 9d10. This is the the gaslight, I think. Okay, hang on. This is so many dice. Okay, I do have 2 4s. I thought for a second that I might not have had any matches on 9d10, and I was about to lose my mind, but I do have 2 4s.
Okay, so that's a success. That's good. Tough, but good. All right. So, well, darling, go down right there to the bathroom. I'm gonna go check on Harper and the rest of your friends.
You should go get some Pepto-Bismol from the cabinet downstairs first so that you can bring it. I am using my the sharing prismatic peepers. That is the hypnotic suggestion from Miss Bitsy. So
And then like she just goes silent and it's like, yes. And then she goes down the stairs. So you bought some time. What do you do?
I go back into the bedroom to help clean up
All right.
because
Cool.
I am established
So
somebody who cleans.
Harper, Purvi, Evie, are you doing anything to help clean up?
Purvi is Harper is stuttering, so Purvi has taken either one of her shoulders and put them forehead to forehead. And is like, okay, we're gonna be okay. Okay, deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if you were going out or in. Now do the opposite.
Okay.
The Marvelous Mango has appeared at full height and he's just like leaning down to try to get his forehead as a third forehead.
What? Go fix the room or something.
All right, but can I have cake? Do you have cake? I'll take pie.
Do you want to ruin this relationship right now?
Okay, I'll do it. And he's like going around. Roll something for him.
For him, he is so combat oriented.
Is there anything you can convince me he could use without ruining things?
He can telescope to see small. No. Literally nothing here.
I don't think we've ever heard you mention the telescoping.
Yeah, his
all right, so
eyes
here's what's up is
telescope.
pick something that makes the most sense, and it's going to be harder. So we're going to have to get 4 matches.
I think he needs to use his pseudopod arms, which are usually used for defense. They're going to be used for picking things up and putting things right.
Okay, roll that. So you begin to see the Marvelous Mango's noodle arms just kind of going around. He's not moving, he's just doing stuff, picking stuff up, putting it into place. Well, Ollie and Squick are doing stuff. What's Harper doing?
Harper is still freaking out because she's staring like she's such a realist. She's like, these rips in this carpet are not going to repair themselves.
Does Fruit Loop have anything that he could do?
He has a skill. He has helpful hands, large paw-like hands, good for catching and throwing things.
Okay, they're helpful, so we're starting somewhere. That makes sense. How could they be helpful with the carpet?
Specifically?
Yeah. Yes, specifically.
I think, if I may, I think Harper says like the rips in the carpet aren't going to fix themselves and is trying to like they're trying to figure out how to do this, and Evie grabs like a hairbrush and like starts like rearranging the fibers of the carpet to make the tears less visible by just like straight up just like fluffing up the carpet. She's knows how to hide these kind of things. You have a nail polish stain in the carpet, you put a rug over it or something. Like she knows how to do these minor little.
Give me
let's
a
just
shop
hide it for
roll
now.
for that. That's hands plus shop. But
Shop?
like,
Okay.
is Fruit Loop able to do anything? Do you think?
He might be able to do some equivalent to what Evie's doing. With his giant hands, he'll just go.
Okay, yeah.
Across
So
the whole
like,
carpet.
because he's the one with the real noodle arms, right?
Yeah.
So
True,
like they
like-
stretch out noodly, and they're
Yeah.
like doing the like brushing of the carpet. Like, I got this.
Mhm.
I got this. So he does
Yeah,
that, but
Specifically, his stretchy arms can reach around corners and into small places. So his arms are very good at like nook and cranny stuff.
I like imagining that like additional fingers that are really tiny like stretch out from his hands, like they just
Yes.
appear, like AI drew them, and they just sort of noodle at the carpet. So roll me for that. You're at least 3.
Okay.
I got 2 8s. if that makes
Okay,
sense.
so you weren't as successful, but you helped.
Yes. That was
I
my
got
goal.
no matches.
Yeah, and well, no matches.
No matches.
I'm shocked. That's insane. I my condolences. All right. So how did Squick do?
Okay, so I rolled twice. I'm assuming
Mhm.
one for Squick and one for Ollie. Squick only got 2 9s and 2 4s,
Mhm.
and then Ollie got 3 10s.
All right. So Ollie is running around using the telekinesis. How does this look?
I think he is thinking of Xavier Charles from the Beetleman comics,
Mhm.
and just fingers to temples, and is just like concentrating really hard when probably doesn't need the amount of facial expressions that he's doing right now to do it. But essentially, while everyone is focusing like on those like minute details, Ollie is like, okay, I'm gonna lift the canopy up and hook it, and like kind of take, lift up the dresser, like those bigger, like immediate things you would see when you open the door at first. Those are the things that he's focusing on.
All right. So I imagine like Squick is like using telekinesis and is like, like just trying to get it to work, right? But
Mhm.
like Ollie stills himself, puts his hands to his forehead, and channels Squick's energy and just makes it work. So what you end up with is a room that goes from utter chaos to a room that is chaotic, but like in lowercase. And that is when Mrs. White is like,
So
opens
the
yes.
Marvelous Mango got 3 5s.
Oh shoot, 3 5s. All right, and
Yeah.
what was Mango doing again?
Mango is helping like lift things and put things back, and like
Good.
and I'm trying, and Porvy is trying to calm Harper down.
Yup. Roll me something for that. What do you think? That feels like a charm roll, face plus charm.
Oh, I was gonna say guts and courage, because it's like really using her guts to like.
I think it is a face roll. I'm gonna push
Okay.
back on that one. I
Sure.
I appreciate the compunction here, but I do
I
think it's
think this
a
is
face
good
roll.
and a good opportunity to add in your relationship die.
I
That's
would
true.
agree.
So I have 3. Okay, so that becomes 9 dice. That's okay.
That feels good.
3 2s.
Oh, excellent. So you are able to chill Harper out a little bit, which is good. That's excellent. All right. So give me that conversation, Harper and Porvy.
So it's the okay. You've taken deep breaths. How are you feeling?
Like my heart's gonna fall out of my mouth.
Okay. I don't think that's physically possible.
I don't either, but it feels like it feels like it could happen.
It's gonna be okay. I'll take the blame.
Oh, you don't have to. It was everyone's fault.
And that is when Mrs. White opens the door and there's a beat and she looks around and the big things have been put where they need to be, but there is a mess, and then the carpet has not been fixed. And I imagine there's like a little bit of soot and the cube like in the middle of the soot. And she's like, Harper, what is going on here?
It's my fault.
Harper?
It's everyone's fault. It's not just Porvy's fault.
It's everyone's.
Yeah.
We will talk about this in the morning. Everyone, go to bed.
Is she holding a bottle of Pepto Bismol just for comedic
She is,
value?
of course,
Okay,
yeah.
great, perfect.
She's holding it in her shoulder padded nightgown and curlers. Yes.
Just needed to make sure.
Yes. Harper, can you roll me a guts plus courage to not freak out?
Okay. Oh, I only got one match and it was 2 3s.
That's just enough. You get to the edge of like bursting out into tears. and then you pull it back. So, kids, go to bed. Now.
Okay. So sorry.
It's fine. We will have a conversation in the morning. And at the very least, you don't get kicked out at 2 a.m. in the morning. But Harper, you know there's a reckoning at breakfast. So, how do you all sleep, by the way? I wanted to ask this before moving on.
I don't think Harper sleeps tonight. I think she's going to be lying in bed, her head on her pillow, her mind so full of worry that every time she tries to fall asleep, she can't.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'll just become so exhausted at some point that her body sort of forcefully shuts itself down. But I'm guessing that maybe we'll give her maximum of like an hour
There's like
of
somewhere
sleep.
at 5 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I imagine Harper has an enormous bed, like bigger than king size. Like it's special ordered, huge, like Xbox huge. The other three kids, are you sharing a bed with Harper? Are you like in little like sleeping bags on the floor? What's going on?
Did Harper invite us?
Yeah, like what was the plan?
Yeah,
To
what does
sleep
Harper
on-
want here? What are Harper's boundaries?
I feel like because now I have to make sure I'm not confusing my boundaries with Harper's boundaries.
Yep.
I think she'd be okay with it.
Okay.
So long as you each had your own blanket and your own pillow, it would be fine.
That's so cute. So Purvi, Ollie, Evie, are you comfortable sharing a bed or did you bring a sleeping bag?
I definitely brought a sleeping bag, but this is the first time that I've ever like been actually slept over at a sleepover, and like I am just so like incredibly overwhelmed at the fact that like I was told like, oh no, we can like, first of all, this bed is huge. That's incredible. Huge eyes looking at this bed when we first came into this room. Second of all, I'm being offered to sleep in a bed. Evie is the kind of kid who I don't think can sleep very well when she's not in her own environment, largely because she only ever sleeps in her own environment. So she definitely doesn't want to sleep on the floor, having been offered to share the bed. She's like, girls, slumber party, yes, let's go. This is everything I've ever dreamed of. So she definitely doesn't sleep, but it's more out of her stress is kind of excitement, and also she is like cooking up a plan in her head, and I think she falls asleep daydreaming about 6 different lies that she could tell.
Okay. What about Ollie and Purvi?
I think Purvi, probably when Harper offers the bed, Purvi is the first one to take her sleeping bag and lie it down on the bed and get in to like show the others that that's how it can be done. And she thinks about patting Harper's head the way her aunt sometimes does her head, but she's not sure, so she just holds Mango
In his stuffy form?
in his stuffy form.
And what about Ollie?
I think Ollie is so used to like sleepovers with cousins and his siblings where there's no room, so he's always on the floor. So not really out of choice. He probably just collapses onto the carpet out of exhaustion. Like he brought like a sleeping bag, but it's like rolled up as his pillow, so he's just out there in the open, vulnerable. And like his shirt is a little up where you can see his belly, and like Squick is like sleeping on top of it in his plushy form, and Ollie's just there snoring.
I think we definitely have a moment of the girls all kind of looking at Ollie from up on the bed and just like, can one of the monsters get his toes? His toes are out.
Yeah.
I think if Evie's willing to join Purvi, they're gonna like kind of push and pull Ollie into his sleeping bag. Yeah, the
I
whole time.
I think we just
Ollie's
completely
belly-
like we like do the Indiana Jones swap of the sleeping bag for an actual pillow.
Yeah.
And then we
kind of,
like
unzip
unzip
put
the
it on
sleeping bag all the way
top.
to make it just one big blanket. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Amazing.
kind of like go underneath and try to pull it, and it's just
We kind of try to
end up just
roll Ollie
cocooning.
burrito style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I imagine Ollie's belly button is an outie, like an anime outie belly button, and
yeah.
like Squick is on top of that, and then suddenly there's like the lump of the sleeping bag. So that's how you sleep, and then you wake up, and you all wake up to the smell of bacon.
Ugh. Yeah. Good morning.
Kids, come on down! It's breakfast time.
Ugh.
How early is it, Juicy?
I'm guessing it's a prompt 8 on the dot.
Got it. Normal then. Normal.
Did you guys sleep good?
No.
Oh.
So last night was not a dream.
No.
Oh yeah.
Where's the cube? Did we just leave it out overnight?
I
That's
think
up to you.
Amy would not have left it out.
No, it definitely, because I was thinking, like, while we were cleaning, I didn't want to interrupt, but I was like, Miss Bitsy is grabbing bits of debris and, like, putting it into her hair, like things that don't need to be out, into the hair of Holding. So it probably went in there.
Yeah.
Breakfast, and then cube time?
I don't think I'm
Oh.
going to be alive after breakfast.
Don't say that.
Wait, I have and she rummages in her bag and she pulls out the $50 that originally she had gotten for Evie's parents, and it's like crumpled up, and she's like, "Do you think this'll do it?"
No. This carpet was cashmere.
And it was organic
Mm-hmm.
with natural dyes.
Yeah.
Rosie the knitter is forgot that sometimes people put cashmere in rugs. I'm a little offended.
As a knitter, same. But it's true. Okay, so you all kind of file down to the dining room again, where there's a full breakfast just laid out by the servants. Can everyone give me a brains plus notice roll?
It's a system's version of a perception check.
Nothing.
2 4s.
2 9s.
2 7s, 2 6s.
Everyone who succeeds notices that Ms. Nulla's briefcase is off to the side near the credenza.
And Ms.
they-
Nulla is not
Sh-
present?
Correct, because you murdered her last night.
Well, it was in self-defense, okay, Juicy? Shut the fuck up.
True.
I mean, it was murder in self-defense, but it was still a murder.
That was Porvy's first thing, was like, we killed somebody. But she's gonna like totter up to Mrs. White and just kind of where is Mrs. White right now?
She's in the kitchen observing, and she doesn't look too happy.
Where's Harper's dad?
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Did he
Does it
not
matter?
sleep at the house?
Oh, he does. He could be in bed. Maybe he went to the gym. He's reading a newspaper somewhere. Who cares?
Okay, I was gonna say, like...
Oh. Like, if you were to ask Harper right now, she'd be like, I don't know.
He's definitely working out. Definitely. Anyway.
Porvy like is very scared of Mrs. White, but kind of like sidles up and like shows her the $50 and is like, "Will this cover it?"
She takes it.
As a good businesswoman does.
without hesitation. She's
Rich
like,
people are so stingy every time.
Miss Porvy, it will help. Go have breakfast. Harper, can I talk to you, please?
Yes.
Come to my office.
Okay. I just like my head is like fully like I'm not looking at my mother. I'm not looking at anyone. My eyes are like glued to the floor in front of me as I
She
walk to the office.
Yeah, she leads you there. She shuts the door. She indicates you should sit down.
Mm-hmm.
And she sits at her desk. Harper, I'm disappointed in you. You and your friends did a great deal of damage last night. What do you have to say about that?
I'm really sorry.
This is going to be very
pay you back with
expensive.
my first job.
Yes.
I can get a job and I'll pay
you
you back.
will. You will.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, your friend Porvy did give me some money, which will go to the tally, but I will let you know that I am keeping an accounting of the carpet repair that I will have to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're grounded.
I understand.
Do you understand?
I understand. I understand.
What do you have to say?
There's no excuse that I can make. I'm very sorry.
She's staring at you. Fingers steepled. Any response to the silence?
I'm staring at my feet. Like we're not making eye contact at all. We're not going to make eye contact. There is no plan to make eye contact.
Okay. So she'll wait a moment. She'll soften a bit. And she'll say, "This is going in your review. I'll have you know. You know we do an annual review of your behavior and performance as you grow, right?"
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And this
gonna
is the
affect
first time.
the ratings.
Say that again?
It's gonna affect the ratings, and I'm all right with that.
Yes, you're definitely going to miss 1 or 2 KPIs, but
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you that at least we will take a sum total of your behavior and performance throughout the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you may miss a few marks. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
You can take it out of my final total, and we can review how I can make up for it next year.
Okay, good. This won't come out of your college fund, I promise you that.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Now, go have the rest of your breakfast, and then I'm going to send your friends home as soon as we're done, and then you are grounded. You understand?
Yes, mother.
Okay, and I will inform the maidservant. What is her name again?
I don't remember.
Me neither. Whatever. Just, you are grounded at least 1 week based on your behavior and performance.
Mm-hmm.
And your performance at school had better not drop. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. You can go back to breakfast.
Thank you.
Can Harper roll me another guts plus courage?
Okay. 2 5s.
How do you manage to not freak out?
I tell myself this is actually not the worst outcome. This outcome could have been a lot worse. My mother could have just said that I was fired, basically.
Yeah, what do you envision as the worst possible outcome for this conversation?
8-year-olds definitely worry about getting kicked out, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah. I feel like Harper's like end game, like game over, title credits roll is if her mom would be like, well, now the risk outweighs the rewards of keeping you on, and we're going to be offering you up to a new agency.
Yes. Roll me a brains plus notice.
Mm-hmm. Even if that's not true, I feel like that's where Harper's mind would be. That like these reviews, these yearly reviews, are like essential to her maintaining the lifestyle and like living in this house.
Absolutely. What'd you get?
2 9s.
Amazing. So, Because you got 2 9s, what I will say is you get a glimpse of the spreadsheet on her monitor that's off to the side that she's looking at as she's typing away, and you can see that there is a red cell in that spreadsheet right now. It's the first one you've ever seen.
Mhm. Oh, I feel like Harper's not gonna like. It's not like she feels better after the conversation, but it's more so that she's just like, okay, I've got to do better next time. I've got to make sure that I maintain the levels. I've got to make sure that I keep my portfolio stocked properly.
Yes. And as you leave, before you can shut the door, your mother's like, Harper,
Mm.
I want you to know that I love you, but I have high expectations for your performance. Do you understand?
I know. I understand.
I love you.
I love you too.
Go have breakfast, and then you work grounded.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And then you can shut the door behind you. What do you do when you go back to breakfast?
First, before like after she closes the door, she's gonna take a couple seconds. She's gonna take a really deep breath, and she's not looking at the floor anymore. She's looking straight ahead, as
Uh-huh.
usual. And she
Uh-huh.
walks back to the kitchen.
What is she thinking?
I have to make sure that I don't drop my grades, and that I have to make sure that everything is lined up perfectly from now on. Like I can't make any more mistakes.
What do you think Fruit Loop is doing as his eyes are blinking in the hallway on the wall?
I forget. Do kids and monsters have an ability to talk to each other in a way that's like private?
Not directly, but like he can
Mm,
feel your emotions. He kind of eats them. You can
mm,
feel when he's going to cause mischief. You can feel when he has strong emotions. So what do you think is happening?
mhm. I feel like Fruit Loop. He rarely can come out into the general sort of airspace because he's just so massive. So I sort of imagine his eyes would move from a wall to the floor in front of me,
Mm-hmm. So he's
and
looking up.
he would, yeah, and he would sort of every time I would try to like walk around him, he would come right back in front of me
Uh-huh.
and just keep blinking, and we would have this sort of moment where it was like, why do you keep walking? Why do you keep getting in front of me? And he would go, you gotta, my guy, my
And I
guy.
think that as you're walking in the hallway, two of his noodle arms just sort of pop up from the floor and they like wrap around you like spaghetti for a second to hug you.
Mhm.
Just for a
And I'd
quick
like
moment.
pat the hand that went up here. I'd be like, thank you.
You okay, kid?
I'll be fine. I'll be okay.
Okay. And then the
Can we
noodle
play?
arms, what?
I'd say, can we play DDR together later?
Oh my god, I love games! I love games! Yes! Games! And then his like noodle arms sort of retract into the floor and just the eyes blink like cartoon eyes. Right, and you can go to breakfast. So everyone's
Mhm.
having breakfast. It's the smorgasbord of like eggs, sausages, waffles, there are pancakes, there's like a chocolate drizzle, there's like hand whipped cream with the H pronounced because that's how white the White family is. There's also like real maple syrup, none of that fake shit. So you all are like engorging yourselves. I assume Harper comes in. Maybe this is when like sweaty in like gym shorts and a t-shirt, Mr. White with his mustache comes in and just doesn't speak or acknowledge anyone and just sits at the end of the table and reads his Wall Street Journal.
Mhm.
And he's just like reaching around the newspaper to like grab sausages. Uh, you all have breakfast, and then Mrs. White comes in with the shoulder padded nightgown. Curlers are out, hair is perfect, and she's just like, "Kids, it's time to go home. Harper has some work to do." What does Harper do?
Harper will turn to all of you and say, I will see you guys later.
Mm-hmm. The three of you Porvy, Ollie, and Evie, what do you do on your way out? Do you grab anything? Do you grab that second cube?
Yeah, I think I made sure that we had the cube before we even went downstairs because I don't trust that shit unattended. Evie is
Yeah.
8 years old and she's got sticky fingers, so she don't trust no adults to not have sticky fingers.
Okay, so does Evie take it?
Yes, it's
very
in
small.
Miss Bitsy's hair of holding.
Okay, so you all go home. What happens, Porvy, when you get home?
Well, it sounds like Mrs. White isn't telling the rest of the parents or guardians.
Correct. You cleaned
Um,
up enough so it's a Harper problem, not a you problem.
Gotcha. I think Purvi goes in and her aunt is at the table. And she just sits next to her aunt and is like, gives her aunt a hug because she thinks her aunt would have handled it better.
What is this about?
Just thank you.
For what? She's confused. She's like, she thinks it's really sweet and she loves this, but she's also a little confused.
For letting me sleep over last night.
Well, of course. I love that you have friends. It's
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. I had breakfast there, so but I didn't sleep great cuz sleepover stuff.
Okay. Well, do what you like. Um, what happens to Ollie when he goes home?
I think Ollie would be very nervous just seeing how Harper's mom is, and kind of just like almost recoils and see if like his mom yells at him as soon as he appears, like if she's
Oh,
aware yet.
what are you doing home already?
Um, they had to do work, so they gave us a good breakfast and stuff.
Oh, well, that's fine. All right, do whatever you want then. You don't need breakfast.
I mean, I could always use, if it's there.
No, I'm done cooking breakfast. Your siblings already had their breakfast, so if you're good, you're good.
Okay,
I mean, have a cookie
Mom.
or something if you want one. I don't care.
Oh, really? Okay. And Ollie goes for it.
Just one. Just one.
There's like two.
Put one back.
Just like pulls it.
You can have it later. Put it in a little Ziploc bag and you'll be fine.
Okay.
One cookie is enough, kid. Remember that.
I know. Hey, Mom.
Yes.
I I love you.
I love you too, Ollie. And she'll like lean down and hug you. You okay?
Yeah. I have a question.
You can see like fear sort of go across her face. She's like, oh no, is this the time we're going to talk about babies? What? What do you want to know?
So, you think of Baba, you think he would, like, if I didn't like Dad's job, would he leave it?
Why do you ask?
We're just, I was reading this Beetleman comic, and there was like, one of the kids' superheroes, and their dad was working for the bad guy, but the dad didn't know, kind of. So I guess, like, I was thinking, like, oh, if that happened to me, like, would Dad listen to me?
Honey, you don't have anything to worry about. He has a great job and he works for a great company and they take care of us. You're fine. We're fine.
But what if, though?
It's fine, sweetie. And she pats your head and like turns you around and like shoves you away, like gently, like a mom would, but like go play games or something. You're fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Then Ollie will kind of take his backpack and just like whisper into it where Squid can hear and be like, okay, I think we have to try to get my dad fired, because if he turns into a shadow monster, I don't know, man.
I mean, how are we going to do that though?
I don't know. Maybe we put like money, or like, I don't know. We'll put a bunch of like Advil and stuff in his briefcase.
What if I just ate your dad instead?
Well, no, you can't eat my dad.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, let's just like steal all the Advil we can, put it in his briefcase, and then they'll be like, "You have drugs. You can't be here."
Wait. What if I ate his boss?
Honestly, at this point, let's table it.
All right, yeah, we'll table it. We'll workshop that.
Yeah.
Well, and like his little tentacles like are like going in a bunch of different directions. Like yeah, we'll workshop that. But I want to eat someone. Come on, kid.
Okay, I don't know, man. Let's just. You could have ate that shadow person, you know.
I tried. She was hard. And like he'll pull out like the teacup from the bag and just kind of pretend to sip it. Fine. All right, we'll figure it out. All right, whatever. And then what happens when Evie gets home?
I think much like Ollie, when she walks in the door, it's so hesitant and like scared because she's fully convinced herself that Harper's mom called her mom, and she's in trouble.
Yeah, so is it your mom or your dad that you see?
Is it just one of them, or are they both?
It could be both. Are they like having coffee at the table reading stuff? Like
Probably.
quietly?
Yeah,
Okay.
like family meal time is very important in this family. We do not eat with the TV on or anything. Like, it is family meal time, and that includes breakfast and lunch on the
Okay.
weekends.
Yeah, so yeah, you walk into the house. It's the most suburban house you've ever seen.
Mhm.
I'm imagining you walk in, there's like a staircase right when you walk in, you go through a hallway, there's like a living room on the side. It's open floor plan to the kitchen, there's a dining room, so like classic suburbia. So you see them at the dining table in the kitchen space, because there's a table there, not just in the dining room, because that's for fancy dinners, and it's all white, I assume, just like very clean. I'm just thinking about how you've described your parents. And you go in and they're there sipping coffee and they're quietly reading stuff. It's like maybe your dad has a newspaper or a book. Your mom is reading some sort of magazine. Like
And I will
National
add to this.
Geographic.
I think they did that night they opened up the Christmas decorations. They got some jingle bells to put on the door so they could hear if Evie had come home in the middle of the night.
Oh, that's so crazy. I love that because it is absolutely the end of the school year and not Christmas time. Your parents are nuts. Love that. So yeah, you enter with a jingle and see them reading. What do you do?
I assume they look up and I make eye contact with them. Do they seem mad?
They don't look up. They're too busy reading.
Okay, that works then. That's fine.
There's like a beat before maybe your mom's like, "Oh, hi there.
Yeah,
You're home early." Oh gosh.
there I didn't sleep good, and so I was tired, so, and everybody else was too. We watched something really scary,
Oh,
and I
honey.
couldn't
And she
sleep.
like stands up, puts the National Geographic down and comes over and like feels your forehead with the back of her hand. Are you all right? Are you feeling okay? Are you sick? Do I need to take your temperature?
I'm fine. I just didn't sleep good.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you need a nap? Go upstairs, take a nap. We'll get you later. Have you had breakfast?
Yeah, they made pancakes.
Oh, okay.
They were good.
They gave you pancakes.
They gave us pancakes.
You didn't
It
eat
was
too
really
much,
fun.
did
It was
you?
really fun. Sorry?
You didn't eat too much, did you?
Oh, no.
Okay. Good. Go take a nap. I'll get you later.
I run upstairs.
And then she goes back to reading her National Geographic.
I
like,
close the door and I get the cube out.
Yeah, I assumed. All right. So now we are going to enter an investigation phase. So everybody's going to get opportunities to like pursue clues and figure out what's going on here because we have learned a lot, but I think we need to narrow down on what actually is going on here. So, starting with Porvy. What does
Don't start
Porvy
with
want to do
Porvy.
today?
Don't start with Porvy.
Okay, fine. I will hold off. Let's go to Ollie because I want to get to Evie with the cube because that's going to be fun, but I want to save that. So Ollie, you have all these things going on. You have seen several horrible monsters without children attack you. There was a corpse in a riverbed that just disappeared, who was replaced by a strange version of him that might be something else. And there's a lot going on when it comes to Philco. Everything connects back to Philco. What does Ollie do?
I think Ollie is definitely scheming with Squick.
Mm-hmm.
Probably in the bathroom just because there's no privacy in his shared bedroom with all the other brothers. And just goes, wait, I think we need to like get some of Dad's stuff and just see, like, I don't know, like maybe there's it's like when they put it under the light there's like alien code or something on it, or maybe there's like another cube that he have. I think we need to make sure because it just seems like anyone that's connected to Vilco, I don't know, could be
What if I
wrong.
ate all his like work stuff?
No, don't do that.
Okay, fine. So what do you want to do?
Okay, I think we should get his stuff, his briefcase, and maybe, oh gosh, laptops and yeah. There are laptops.
He works in
and
IT,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Also, I do want to ask, did anyone do anything about Ms. Nulla's briefcase?
Now, I'm struggling to remember because it has been like a full 6 weeks since we did that previous episode. I think I had used the prismatic peepers on it, and there was something in there that I don't.
You used it on Miss Nulla, and Miss
Okay.
Nulla was
She had no
a
soul.
black void.
Yeah, she had no
Mhm.
soul. That's right.
Yeah.
But I didn't use it on the brief. No, was it? I used it on some briefcase at some point. I think it was during Parents' Day, so it must have been Harper's mom's briefcase.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what I'm remembering.
But
Okay.
Yeah, so if no one did anything with Ms. Nulla's briefcase, that's fine.
I think we were just too hesitant.
Okay.
Mia?
I think I was planning to ask if Squick could steal it away just while Harper was having her.
Yeah,
annual
absolutely.
review.
I think that's totally reasonable. Like, Mr. White was fully absent, so you don't even need to roll anything. So then let's say that Ollie has Ms. Nulla's briefcase.
Okay.
So do you want to look at your dad's stuff first, or do you want to look at the briefcase first?
I'll look at the briefcase first.
Okay, because both will lead you places. So let's look at the briefcase. You go into it. Can you roll me a brains plus notice? There are a lot of papers in here. There are like prints of spreadsheets and lots of receipts and other documents.
Gotcha. Okay. 2 10s and 2 7s.
Ah, 2 10s. Beautiful. So that's a pretty darn good roll. So first, you find a key card, a Philco Facilities key card. What is that? Can I eat it?
No, it's a key card.
Oh, what's that?
We can get into like access blocked areas, super confidential stuff.
Whoa! And then I can
Yeah.
eat people.
Honestly, if we get there and they're all bad, you probably could. But I mean, I don't know what else we can find out until we get to the source. You know?
Yeah. Get to the source. What does that mean?
I think we have to go to Vilco.
What's that? I haven't been paying attention.
Gosh, come on, man. And Ollie's gonna get one of the friendships and say got Nulla's case, have key card, go to Philco.
And who
And
do you have Squick send that to?
I'm gonna have it go to who's close. I think Porvy's closer to me, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so Porvy
believe
and
like
then-
Porvy's house is like the next one over.
Yeah, so to Porvy and then Squick will take it to Evie.
Okay. So Squick's like, so I take this to Porvy first and then I take it over to Evie. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you're not seen, okay? Don't eat anyone, don't take anything.
Wait. I can't eat anyone.
No.
Fine. And then he's just gonna like snatch it. Fine, I'll go to Pervy, and then I'll go to Evan. All right, bye. And then
Evan.
he goes.
Did Squid just misgender me?
He doesn't know who you are.
Squick is just teacups and
You know what? I respect that. Let the Eldritch Horror eat the IT department. Let Ollie eat his cookie. This all works out.
All right, yeah, so we'll get to that in a minute. So then you also find in the documents a list of children that you know. And roll me either brains plus outthink. Actually, any of the brains, whatever you think makes the most sense for Ollie. I
I'm
think
gonna
remember
say-
or outthink are the best.
I agree. I think I'll do outthink. Oh well, they're the same. But yeah, outthink. Okay, 2 8s and 2 2s.
Okay, so the 2 8s are all that count. A lot of these names are familiar names. Everyone is a name from school because there's like one school in town because it's a small town. But something you notice is that all of these kids are kids with monsters. Or like question marks where you're not sure. But there is no kid on this list you recognize as absolutely positively not having a monster.
Okay.
And there are a couple that are lined out.
The injured kids.
Mm-hmm.
Where Ollie's gonna look for all of our names.
Mm-hmm.
Are they on there? Are they like circled in red or anything like that?
Yeah, so you're there.
Okay.
Porvy's there.
Okay.
Evie's there.
Okay.
Harper's been missed. And you will notice that there are a couple kids who you know have monsters who are generally a little bit more discreet who are not on the list.
Okay, well, this either means that some of them are safe, but unless Harper's parents are in on it and took her off, and I think Ollie is going to um go to his mom, stuff everything into his backpack, and just go, Bob, can I go see my friends?
Yeah, when are you gonna be home?
I don't know, a few hours.
Sure, just be home before dark, honey.
Okay, I will. Love you.
Love you too, sweetie. Be safe.
I will. And
And you can hear like your younger siblings like screaming and crying in the background because they're just hungry.
Ollie's just gonna snatch that last cookie in the Ziploc bag, and then I think just go straight to Porvy's house, even though he just sent a message.
Yeah, and I imagine like like in Sherlock with the math symbols, as you're looking at the list of other kids, we can just see the math symbols, and it takes you a while because Ollie, not dumb, but it takes him a little while. So it takes him a while to figure out these pieces. So that's when Squick gets over to Porvy. And what did you have Squick tell Porvy again?
Essentially found the briefcase, got a key card, go to Philco.
Yeah.
Was the
So
call to action.
Squick comes up and there's like a tentacle tapping on your window, Porvy, in your bedroom, because I assume you're there.
Yeah, so I think before Squick shows up.
Okay.
I think Porvy goes upstairs, shuts the door, and pulls out the marvelous mango.
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Ah! Do you have cake? You said that would be cake. Ah! Cake!
She goes and she I'll be right back. And she
Are you getting cake? Are you getting cake? Are you getting cake?
She goes to the kitchen and she finds like a mala burfi.
What?
It's an Indian sweet. It looks enough like a cake piece.
Okay, you may not have noticed this. I'm very white.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
And while I know a lot of Indian food, that one I didn't know.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
fine. And she'll bring it back up and say, "Can we talk seriously?"
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
I was really mad at you
Why?
because you hurt my friends. You got them in trouble.
Wait, when?
When you got Evie in trouble.
Oh, yeah, I thought we were past that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, we're kind of past that, but... And you did protect us.
Yeah, I did. Thank you for the cake.
What's going on?
What do you mean?
Why did that lady attack us?
I don't know. She was bad. She was a bad monster. She was a monster, but no kid. I don't know. It was weird.
Does she come from where you come from?
No. Maybe. I don't know. It was bad vibes, kid. Bad vibes! Thank you for the cake.
You're welcome for the cake.
Yeah, cake. Got any more?
No.
Fine.
You have to learn to control yourself.
Okay, I'll try. But no, I'm sorry for hurting your friends. I'm sorry for getting them in trouble. I don't know where she came from. She was bad.
Okay, do you have any other clues? Because I think they're all figuring things out, and I'm...
No. No! No.
Okay, let's go play some soccer.
Wait, is that candy?
You can get candy if you can score on me.
Deal. Yes. And that's when there's like a.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think Squick finds Porvy out in the backyard.
Okay,
playing
okay.
soccer.
Like, yeah, like, and Marvelous Mango is like trying to learn soccer but failing. And like, I
Does
think
his beak pierce the soccer ball?
No, he uses his pseudopod arms to like slap it.
Oh, he doesn't understand the no
Exactly.
arms part.
yeah, and I feel like what we see from your auntie's perspective, from like the kitchen window looking out to the back, is just like you like running back and forth and kicking the ball because Marvelous Mango doesn't understand and just kind of slaps the ball occasionally but never actually kicks it at you, so you have to keep running left and right in the frame to like make the ball move.
Yeah.
And that is when then Squick comes up and is like, I have news.
Did you guys know each other before?
No. We don't all know each other. That's racist.
Well, that's
I just learned
fair.
about racism.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like it's going to be something that's going to follow me for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's like a human thing. I don't care. Here, friendship.
Oh, okay, all right,
Okay, read it
alright.
fast so I can bring it over to Evan.
Who's Evan?
I don't know the other friend.
We don't have a friend named Evan.
The one, the like one who lies. Yeah, that one, Evan.
Evan, is there an Evan?
There's like the weird girl and then the lying girl, and it's the lying girl.
Do you mean Evie?
Sure.
Evie? Sorry. Do you mean
Sure.
Evie?
I don't know. That one. I know the face. And like the pigtails and the lies. Watch out for
Mango?
that one.
Mango, do you know my friends' names?
Kind of.
Okay, well,
I'm not here. Do they at least know Miss Bitsy's name?
Yeah, of course.
We're gonna work on that. You should know if you want to be my friend, you need to get with my friends.
Sure. Will they give me cake?
Okay, this thing says that we need to go to Philco.
Yeah, I don't know. Ollie just said that. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't have to. It's in text or whatever. Did you read it all? Does it take that long? I don't know. I don't know reading.
No. Here, Marvelous.
He's gonna sip his empty teacup. Tentacle goes up.
She hands him the friendship.
Thanks. See ya. And then he zips away. What do you do?
Well, you know, first it was, I'm getting you a piece of cake in a second.
Yes!
First it was the police station, and then it was Harper's house. I should really just have a go bag ready.
Like, secret agent.
Huh.
Yeah.
Do you think
That's
I
kinda
could
cool.
be a secret agent?
What?
Do you think I could be a secret agent?
Yes. You can be anything you want to be, kid. And I'll eat anyone who tells you otherwise. Yes.
That's weird.
Just keep the cake coming. Keep the cake coming. Keep the cake coming. Keep it coming.
Okay. I'm gonna start giving you smaller and smaller pieces. So All right, let's go put a bag together and get our bikes.
More cake.
My bike.
More cake. More cake.
Yes. More cake.
And what do you do?
So she goes in. She waits for her aunt to leave the kitchen, and then she takes a bag and fills it with a couple different cakes, or like a couple different Indian sweets,
Mm-hmm.
and some pineapple upside down cake that's also left over in the fridge. And then she puts a to go bag together, and she doesn't know what she needs for that, but she like grabs like a little blue flashlight, and she finds like a mallet in her uncle's toolbox and takes that. And
Like a rubber mallet?
no, like it's like wooden with like a thing on the end,
Like
a
the black
metal
heavy.
piece.
yeah,
Yeah.
the black heavy.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
a rubber
long.
mallet. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Well, yeah, if it's black heavy, that's rubber. If it's metal, that would be a different kind.
No,
But, yeah.
it's rubber.
Yeah, I love that.
Um,
Still packs a punch. Like, I'm not docking you for
When
that.
you
It's
said
just
no,
funny.
it's not rubber mallet, I was like, a croquet mallet?
And she has heard that duct tape is really helpful, so she grabs duct tape and a baseball cap and what else does she grab? She grabs a jump rope. She doesn't know what they're doing, but they'd better be prepared.
Make sure to write these down, by the way.
Okay, and a Beetleman comic. I will find something to write it down when it's not my turn.
Yeah, it's fine.
And I think she figures she goes to her aunt's like in the laundry room, and there's an area where there's like socks that don't have a pair anymore, and she cuts it open so that it's like long, and then she cuts out 2 eye holes, and she has a mask now.
Incredible. It's so creepy and dumb, and I love it. Can you make one for me? Can you make one for me?
She finds some pipe cleaners and makes a small one for the stuffed marvelous mango.
Incredible. Okay.
And while she's in there, she swipes like a needle, small scissors, and some thread. She doesn't know what they're doing.
Amazing. I love this. And I'm imagining it as like a rapid shot montage.
Yeah.
Where she's like grabbing stuff and like putting them on, or like putting like assembling the like pipe cleaner mask and then putting it on the stuffy of marvelous mango and just grabbing random stuff. And it's like very aggressive shots. And on that, we will take a quick break.
Okay.
Welcome back to TTN Presents Monsters and Other Childish Things. We've had a lot of chaos, as is always the case with this game. And now we have Squick arriving at Evan's. What are you doing? Hey, Evan, how's it going?
Is Squick just at my window as I'm like holding the cube?
Yeah, just kind of talking through the window. Evan! Evan! Evan!
That's
Yeah, you!
oh, okay. I go open the window. It does have a screen that you're not supposed to be able to remove, but I absolutely figured out how to remove it like 2 years ago. Haven't done anything, haven't had to remove it, just figured out how to, and now I'm like, ooh, I know how to do this. Remove it.
Hey, how's
So
it going?
let's
Yeah,
Squick it.
Pauline sent me over here after
Pauline?
Ollie did.
Pauline?
Yeah, I don't know. the one, the
Pervy.
yeah, sure,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, how you doing, Evan?
I'm all right. I was gonna look at the cube.
Hold on, here, have this, and he hands you a friendship.
Okay, I put it in the friendship reader and I read the friendship.
Yep.
Were we gonna take the bus?
I don't know. I didn't get anything out of that. I just had to bring it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
You're
doesn't
good.
say when. Like now?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna assume now.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Take your time. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone you need like eaten?
What?
Do you have anybody you need eaten?
I mean, maybe, but not right now.
Okay. Yeah.
They're not here.
We'll talk. Yeah. I'll have my people call your people.
I think Miss Bitsy has dibs.
And then she's like, what?
If somebody needs to be eaten, you have dibs, right?
Oh. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, let me get my stuff. Cube. We can look at it later.
I hate that thing, but whatever.
I put the cube back in Miss Bitsy's hair.
Well, hold on. Squick runs away. Before you go, do you want to do anything with the cube? I wanted to give you the opportunity.
I think we were still trying to figure out how to open it, right? And we had found a seam and like hadn't quite.
Yeah,
we tried
so
drowning,
close.
we tried smashing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think.
What do you have that you might try to open it with? Just out of curiosity.
Okay.
Mom's gonna have
So
some
I
more
definitely have like a bunch of like craft supplies. We established that, and I brought all my craft supplies to Harper's. I still have them in my little my duffel bag here.
Yeah.
I don't think I unpacked. So I brought those home with me. I zip open the duffel bag and I take out like a beading kit, like a little friendship bracelet beading kit that I have. And in there is you know those flossers?
I
Those
did
floss
not get girl
threaders?
training, so I don't. Describe it.
Okay, so it's literally just like, okay, imagine like fishing line.
Mm-hmm.
Now, instead of just one string, make it like a loop at the end. This isn't really a girl thing. This is a braces thing. That is used. It's like a needle threader, but for dental floss.
Oh, yeah, okay. I had braces. Now I know what you mean. Okay.
And I think like in addition, she does have some like long beading needles and like tapestry needles for yarn. She definitely did learn to cross stitch as soon as she learned to count, because this is a self-insert apparently.
Does she use like Sculpey clay?
No, because that's too messy.
That, you know what, that tracks. Okay, so
I was a Sculpey clay kid.
She definitely, when she was younger, her mom and her made salt dough, Play-Doh, homemade Play-Doh, and used Kool-Aid mix in it, and she ate it because it tasted like berries, because there was Kool-Aid mix for the coloring, you know, that whole deal. But no clay in there. This is just like
they were great
beads, thread, like friendship bracelet materials, definitely some yarn and tapestry needles, and like the grid.
Thin and pokey.
Yeah. I'm using like thin, pokey implements.
All right. So you want to give me maybe a skill roll if you want to try to open it?
Would love to do hands plus shop, because I'm kind of good at that. I'm not as good at it as I am at lying, but like I'm kind of good. I roll 6 for that.
Okay. Do you want to use a relationship die? What do you want to do? Your monster. So Miss Bitsy's not going to be willing to help with this one.
Yeah, for sure. Do I want to risk it? I think yes, because this is important. I feel like Evie believes that Harper's mom is evil at this point, and so she does think it's worth it. But the relationship die that I'm going to tap into here is Pervy, because Pervy is also very clever with her crafting hands and helped super glue together Ollie's Beetleman and knew how to like fix things.
Okay.
Effie's just better at breaking things than fixing them, I think.
Love it.
So that brings me up to 9 d10.
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah. That's 3 10s.
Oh.
And 2 1s.
Oh, you got it. Okay. I love this. This is going to be fun. So describe what it looks like Well, you are opening it.
Okay, so I think I get, because there's the seam, right? And I think I managed to push the little flosser in a little bit. And once I have that in, I'm trying to figure out how to describe this in a way that isn't inserting a lens into a grooved rimless pair of eyeglasses, because nobody but me is going to know what that means. And I
get it.
don't
There's
even
like
have a pair to demonstrate.
a subtle fine seam, and you're just getting something in there, right?
Yeah, I just get something in there, and I like kind of use that tiny gap to get something else in there. And I just kind of try to like leverage it a little bit, and I just like almost like chiseling, like getting progressively thicker tiny bits of things in there until eventually I think, does it pop open?
Yeah, so you like get in with this like rigid pointy piece, and suddenly the seam, there's like a tss, and it goes and here's the problem. Suddenly it shakes once it's open, and Miss Bitsy starts screaming in pain. And you can feel it inside your soul and brain as Miss Bitsy is having her energy drained from her.
Can I close it?
Give me hands plus shop.
Okay.
As Miss Bitsy is screaming and like flying around your room, just like being like pulled on by the cube as she's being drawn into it. She's like knocking things over, trying to resist. There is utter chaos in your room right now.
Okay. And this would just be hands plus shop again, right?
Yeah, hands plus shop. Yep.
Okay. I don't think I can use relationship on this. Oh, thank God, 2 4s.
Yep. Okay. So you succeed at getting it closed again. I need you to roll a d10 and divide it by 2.
Okay. Should I round up or down if it's odd?
You will round up.
Okay, it's an even number anyway. I shouldn't have even bothered. 3. 6 divided by 2 to 3.
Yep. She takes 3 scarring damage.
To what?
You get to choose where those 3 dice are lost permanently from Miss Bitsy.
Okay, so I'm going to ask Zoop and Mia to help me make this decision. As a silly little power gamer, I am going to choose from the things that have a lot of dice in the first place, but those are also the things that I use the most, so have that in mind. Prismatic peepers or needle sharp teeth, which makes the most sense narratively?
Narratively, the prismatic peepers,
if it's taking like her power and her energy, yeah.
However, power gamer, her teeth.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, I need somebody to encourage me to not. I'm going power gamer in that I'm reducing the things that had a lot in the first place, but if it's draining her energy, that is a non-physical thing. That is like her magic, as opposed to the needle sharp teeth, which are needle sharp teeth.
Either way, there will be some visible impact, right?
Yeah, I think the prismatic peepers are, rather than completely rainbow, they are just pink and purple.
Yeah, they become almost mundane. And you get it closed, and she's like on the floor. She isn't flying. She's like rolling around crying.
Oh, I'm definitely like scooping her up. I'm leaving that
give me
thing where it's at.
A guts roll. Because you need to roll to freak out.
Okay, so guts plus courage?
Yeah, guts plus courage, because you inadvertently hurt your monster.
Yeah, I'm freaking out.
Yeah. So how does Evie freak out? Because she can feel the pain of Miss Bitsy in her soul, in her head. The like shrieks like permeated her brain.
Sorry. I think she is like, she has shoved this thing close. I think she like shoves it like under the bed, grabs a pillow off the bed, shoves it further under, uses that to push it further underneath. And she has like scooped up Miss Bitsy and is like holding her almost too tight here. and is trying to like check for gosh, how would Evelyn go about this? She's freaking out. Sorry, this is a difficult emotional.
Yeah, no, it's tough, right? Because this is a really tough experience for Evie.
Mm-hmm. I think what happens is, okay, we're gonna go the narrative way. She has shoved that under her bed. She has shoved the pillow in to shove it even deeper under the bed so that, and also to hide it. She's gonna take Miss Bitsy and run out the front door. Because she's gonna go and find her friends and hope that they know what to do. Because she doesn't know what to do.
Okay, and I think I want you to roll me 4d10.
Okay.
This is kind of like a luck roll.
And what do you want each number, or
Just,
what
do
am
you
I
have
looking
any
for?
matches?
No.
Okay. So as you run out, your parents are like shouting after you, wondering what is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have consequences for that later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you run to your friend. Where do you run?
I think I'm running towards Purvy's house.
Okay.
Because Ollie has a lot of siblings, and I know that, and more chance for privacy and safety at Purvy's, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. So I think that you come with Miss Bitsy crying, like in your arms, to Purvi after having that amazing montage, just walking out the front door.
She's hurt. I got the cube open and she's hurt, and I don't know what that it hurt. She's hurt. It hurt us.
Okay, come here.
We shouldn't open the cube. Don't open the cube.
And Miss Bitsy is like kind of passed out in your arms, kind of lolling about.
So first she's gonna hug Evie to calm her down. Okay, you got the cube open. And it, Mango.
What?
I should have listened to her. But I wanted to know what was in it, but there wasn't anything in it. It was like a black hole, and it sucked her into it. And
And before we go on to Mango, Evie, I want you to roll a brains plus, I think, notice. Outthink would work too, but notice I think makes more sense.
Okay, we'll go with your first instinct, which was notice. I'm way better at outthink, but Pow! Ooh, 3 10s out of 5.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
You realize, on reflecting on what happened in this moment, that the cube was sucking Miss Bitsy's power.
Mm-hmm.
And that means it's a tool for taking power from monsters, sucking it up.
Mm.
So if you think about the kids who had monsters, who are now like in hospital, this was something that was used. And if it was inside that first monster at the aquarium, and if it was in Ms. Nulla, a monster, then maybe that's all connected to taking power from monsters.
They're using the cubes to make monsters.
Mm-hmm.
They're using cubes to make monsters. They're using the cubes to make monsters.
What do you like?
It sucked her. It was sucking her in. Not like her. Not like. No,
Okay.
I'm like shaking her like a rag doll.
So she's like, she like, Purvi gets
not her, but like her monster stuff.
So she gets Evie to sit on the front steps.
Mm-hmm.
And she thinks really, really hard. Okay. You're saying the boxes, they suck up monsters' powers, and then they make new monsters?
I think they were inside. They were in the. You remember the monster, the assistant lady whose name I already forgot, and it was inside of her. Yeah. And then the one at the aquarium, we never figured out what kid that monster belonged to. I don't think there was a kid.
So, was there ever a Miss Nulla, or was she always a monster?
I think as long as there was a Miss Nola, she was a monster, but there wasn't always a Miss Nola. I think they made Miss Nola.
And
Right?
Mango, this isn't how new monsters are made, right?
Mine hatched from an egg.
No.
There was an egg in the attic.
So
I'm like taking loose leaves that are just on the ground and like piling them up to make Miss Bitsy a pillow as this
Yeah, and I think
conversation
Miss
goes on.
Bitsy has like kind of started to wake up and is like hugging you. Like this is a weird reversal where you're the protector, and it's profoundly disturbing.
they're stealing monsters to make mean monsters. They're stealing good monsters to make mean monsters.
Or monsters that can work for the grown-ups, at least. Miss Nola was... I don't know. I was about to say she wasn't mean, but she did try to kill us, so that's pretty mean.
I mean, yeah. Who's doing this? Philco?
Probably.
Ollie said something about Philco. That's like...
I think probably. I mean, that's...
I think that's where my uncle works.
The vice principal had the thing with the date book.
Okay.
And at that moment, what's Ollie doing?
So after Ollie found the list of kids, he would have like grabbed all this stuff and like he headed out. Could we say that like this is when like Ollie comes to Porvies?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Ollie comes
you
in looking like a
see-
Boy Scout.
Yeah, and you see Porvy and Evie looking really upset on the stoop.
Oh. Wow, you guys got together fast.
The cube. I got the cube open, and it was a bad idea.
Oh.
Don't open the cube.
Well, are you okay?
They're apparently using the cubes to eat monsters to make new monsters that are mean.
I think. Because there was a cube inside both of the no kid monsters. So
That's right.
It took some Miss Bitsy.
Why didn't opening the cube let the monster out?
Because we our monsters fought the monster, and we could only get to the cube once the monster was gone. Right?
It might be like a vacuum that only sucks in.
I mean, I usually have to open
I think
the
we
vacuum
might
or
I think we might have destroyed whatever it was using or something. I don't know.
So, what do you three want to do next?
We have to go to Philco, right? Got it.
Do any of us know where Philco is?
You know it's in town somewhere, but you probably need to go look it up.
Well, has anyone been to a bring your child to work day?
I bet Harper has.
Did that briefcase have business cards in it by chance, Juicy? Do we have...
Oh, I'm certain it would have.
Okay, we probably have an address. And
and a key card. So if once we get there, we can get in stuff, and maybe it's like this big, I don't know, nuclear reactor power source thing that we can blow up, and then maybe it'll destroy all the.
No, you can't blow up a nuclear reactor. That'll take out the whole state, Ollie.
Okay, yeah, but I've never been to Felco. I kind of just moved in here, so I haven't been part of it.
I haven't been there.
Isn't nuclear reactors what makes people into dinosaurs or something?
I think so, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely what does
I
that.
mean, if I like dinosaurs, you mean Ted. I like hold Miss Bitsy closer to me.
Yeah, and she's just like, dinosaurs are dead.
Okay, all right, hang on. And Purvi will go into the garage and go to the glove compartment. There is a map in the glove compartment
Of town?
of town.
This is pre-Google Maps, I feel like, our setting, right?
Well, our setting is ambiguously timed, and I do like the idea that you still need MapQuest or a real map.
Yeah,
You
you have to print out the instructions before you leave.
I
It's a
have
trip-
in
it-
my
no, it's a AAA
lifetime
triptych.
used a real map, so
Same.
Me too. Me too.
So she'll pull it out. And did anyone ever play, I think it was Sim Town?
Not Sim City?
That's
not
ringing a
Sim
bell.
Ci- not
That's
Sim
ringing a
City,
bell.
Sim
Honestly, I think
Town.
you just unlocked like a 5-year-old like Rosie memory in my brain.
You put the
there
individual
was
houses.
There was a bundle with Sim Roller Coaster and Sim Ants.
Probably.
Yeah.
Wait. I want Sim Ants. Move on.
Sim Ants gave me nightmares. Anyway.
But for some reason I imagine that, but it's probably a normal map. Okay. For some reason, Porvy has been taught to read a map because there is a chance that she could go missing at any time.
That's like a second grade. That's like a second grade education thing that like we were taught in
But,
school
like,
as
I also
millennials,
feel
right?
like Porvy's one child who is likely to wander off in a random direction at the worst time.
Yes, yeah.
So they made sure she could find a map and read it.
So this is us. And what's the address? And Evie gives the address and she finds it. How long she goes to the little line that tells you how far it is, and she measures it on her finger and then measures the number of fingers. How far is it?
Yes.
We're just sitting on the stoop.
Yeah, so you know that the cube is a tool to suck power from monsters, and it seems make them. You know that Harvey Marblehead, the CEO of Philco, seems to be involved here, if not leading it. But that's all you really have. Is there anything else you want to know? Anything else you want to look up?
Before we go to Philco?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, how far is it? Is it like
It's on the other side of
biking?
town. You can't just walk there.
Okay, so we can't bike there.
That would take a while. You could theoretically.
Okay.
Mia has something. Go ahead, Mia.
Yes, Ollie will help with whatever other investigative thing that we want to do. But as far as for traveling to Philco, Ollie might try to cash in another favor with Michael.
Okay.
Put a pin in that.
Mm-hmm.
What about the hospital where we know the kids that have gotten sick are?
Yeah, what about that? What do you want to know?
How traversable is that distance?
That's probably near the center of town, but not quite in like downtown. And you are probably within a more reasonable distance to that. So you could find a way there.
I love that Porvy's aunt is going to find this map later, and it's just going to have the neighborhood circled, the hospital circled, and Philco circled.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you suggesting you want to go to the hospital?
Do we want to go talk to the other kids that got... I mean, like Alexis, Janelle, and them?
Alexis Janelle. Wait,
Yeah,
was
we
Alexis
could,
Janelle
because
Harper's mean
that
girl
was
that...
Harper's
the
mean
bully.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
her ex-bestie.
Who else?
mean-
who else do we know is in the hospital?
Jimmy Nichols, I believe.
Jimmy.
I was going to say Jimmy Nichols and also the kid with the pizza. Whose name I don't remember.
None of which
Was that Ronnie Perouse?
Yes, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because we don't know, like, for one, like, how do they get so many kids at the same time? You know? like, was it just like, oh, they were all standing around one cube, or are there multiple cubes across
I think
town
there's
right
more
now?
cubes. There's got to be more cubes, right? Because these kids, Juicy, above table, they did not disappear from school at the same time, right?
Correct. Yeah, that's. I was gonna have actually Ollie do a brains plus remember. Each of these kids was done into like went to the hospital individually.
They were done in.
The hit was
Was
done.
each kid taken after a monster on monster altercation? Or
Oh, that's an interesting thought.
like Porvy did not
I
send
think they
Jimmy
were.
Nichols to the hospital, did she?
I think they were, but I think this is a conversation we're having in character. Actually, it's like Pervy being like, "Did I just?" No, I think
Wait, no,
it
hold on.
got
Porvy,
attention.
I need you to roll a brains plus remember.
Oh no. I believe in you.
That's 3 dice.
I believe in you.
What I'm going to say is you are absolutely certain you are personally responsible for Jimmy Nichols being in the hospital and
Pervy
being
already
in
blames
inpatient
herself for
psychiatric care.
everything. How dare you?
Already has too much.
How
Yep.
dare you?
Yep. Porvy, this is your fault.
Oh no, I'm going in my father's footsteps.
What?
Wait, calm down. Hey,
Pervy, it's Philco's fault.
Porvy,
Not your fault.
can you please roll guts plus courage to see if you freak out? Certain that you doomed Jimmy Nichols.
Honestly, he can suck it. That's fine.
That little kid.
Two 6s and 2 9s.
Okay, so
Nice.
yeah, you keep your cool, but you are dead certain you were the reason Jimmy Nichols is in the hospital, and it is your fault personally.
I'm gonna end up like my dad and end up in jail.
Kids don't go to jail. I looked into that after the Harper incident.
Yeah, didn't Harper say we go to juvie instead?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But your parents would come pick you up, and then you would have court at a later date, and then maybe you might go to juvie if they decide you should go to juvie.
But that's not gonna happen. First of all, okay, because one, snitches get stitches. I'm not gonna say
I'm not
anything.
telling.
Yeah, and he honestly he bullies everyone all the time. So karma is something.
Ollie says snitches get stitches, and Corby pulls out the thread and needle.
No. Harvey, put it down.
Well, there's no snitches here is the point.
She puts them away.
Harvey, have you ever known me to snitch? Don't answer that. I have snitched canonically in this campaign so far.
We don't snitch on each other, okay? This is the crew. This is the Revengers. Minus Harper. Right now.
Yeah. Can a parent fire their child? Juicy, say whatever you were about to say.
No, I want this to happen. No, can a parent fire their child, please? Other children answer.
I think only Harper's family.
Well,
if you're rich enough, you can fire your child.
I mean,
you have to be able to afford to hire another kid.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
What if
Friend
I was
code.
fired?
You're not gonna be fired.
No, what if I was fired and that's why I live with my aunt and she just didn't
Didn't
want
you
me
say
to
you
know?
live with them because your dad's in jail?
Yeah.
Your dad can't. You fired the cops fired your dad.
Well,
Yeah.
What if my mom fired me?
Then she sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
She can go be in the hospital with Jimmy Nichols.
Oh no. Did I put her there too?
No, you didn't.
No!
Guys. Revengers assemble. Come here.
Okay.
Look.
We huddle up.
All right.
I think Squick and the Mango are also in the huddle.
Yeah, Miss Bitsy's like kind of drunk, but also trying, but like floppy.
I think I have I think I'm wearing like little overalls with the pocket in the front. I'm not wearing that pinafore this time that has the pocket. I think Miss Bitsy is in the front pocket of my overalls.
Okay. So you huddle up as her like head is like
Mhm.
Revengers,
Shiny.
listen, okay? There is something bad going on in town, and you guys taught me how to be brave, even though it's scary, and even though all these bad things are happening. And right now, we're the only kids in town who, one, know what we know. We have a key card, and we have, a great team of. And Ollie is like, badass monsters. I'm just gonna say it.
Question
Yeah.
about Beetle Man. Is Beetle...
Go on.
Did Beetleman follow the trend of superheroes being investigative journalists?
Yeah, what's Beetleman's backstory?
Yeah, so gosh, what is the opposite of a photographer? I don't even know. Yeah, so like he like does work for like a newspaper and stuff. So it depends on which edition that you get. So that's very important. Sometimes he's a photographer, sometimes he is a journalist, and sometimes he is just like an intern. So it really depends, but yes.
Okay, but that means that Porvy has read comics in which he is an he is a reporter. We have that guy's number, Mr. Marblehead.
Yeah.
Mr. Marblehard.
We could blackmail him. We could I don't know, maybe we could bait him out and then we can just beat him up in
Don't we have his phone number?
We have his phone number, yeah.
What if we call him and tell him that we're a reporter?
Could we call him and tell him that we're
a reporter?
I forgot the vice principal's name for the 5 billionth time.
No, what if we say we're Miss Nulla and we need to talk?
Well, I was just
have an idea.
We can go, we're a reporter and we've heard that you're putting monsters on people.
Y'all give me a hot 30 seconds. I need to look up some rules.
Okay. I love this. So, Porvy, let's walk through what you're thinking. So you want to call Harvey Marblehead.
Uh-huh.
Tell him you are a reporter to do what? What's the goal?
To get him to spill his secrets.
Okay. I love the gumption, and I'm here to encourage the nonsense. So
Porvy thinks that if she calls and she's like, I'm a reporter and I'm reporting on the monster sightings that are happening all around town, and I hear that they're connected to Philco, and do you have a statement on the matter, that he will just tell her what's happening.
I love this. Okay, great. So can you give me a brains plus outthink? Please, Porvy. I know this is your strong suit.
I got 2 4s.
Oh my god.
On
With what, 2
dice?
dice?
On 2 dice.
That was really 2 dice, and that's incredible. I love that your brains...
The 2 brain cells are...
Oh my god, yep. The
connecting.
zap just happened. Let us zoom in to inside Porvy's brain, where the 2 cells, one wakes up from a nap, the other puts down like a comic book of Beetleman, and suddenly they look at each other, and lightning strikes. And then they go and they run to each other, and it's like running through a field in a romantic scene with like soft sunlight. And we get like, and it's like in Shrek, where we get, just dumb music over the slow running in slow motion. That's what we get. Well, you have realized that this might be risky, and you're going to want to find a phone that can't be traced.
Juicy.
Yes.
This is some shenaniganry.
Please, throw it at me.
It's so with my 5 experience points I had saved up at the end of the last session, I used that to buy another die to my teeny tiny voice, increasing it from 5d10 to 6d10.
Okay.
Can I spend that die to add a quality?
What quality?
Mimicry.
And mimicry. Okay. You have the spend.
Mm-hmm.
Then yes, that is a useful trait.
Yes.
Mimicry. Okay.
Because it makes sense, because it's the voice.
You have the experience.
Well, I had used the experience to add a die, and can
Yeah.
I spend that die to...
Oh, I got it. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes!
I will allow that, because I like that, because that's fun.
Fuck yeah.
Wait,
And
let's
I
go.
like how devious you are.
was there a cell phone in Miss Nulla's briefcase?
You know what? Yes. A flip phone. It's a razor.
It's magenta.
It's magenta, for sure.
Yeah.
Does she have a phone charm?
Absolutely not. It is
Yeah, she's too
pristine.
businesslike for that.
It is
Mhm.
pristine. And it is a mauve. That is its color. She found a mauve one.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So
What are you gonna do?
I think Evie doesn't know that Miss Bitsy has this ability yet.
Yeah.
And so I think she's like, I think I can sound like her. I know how to use business talk. I know how to use business talk. I can use big words and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
is Mr. Marble, what's his name? I'm doing this on purpose now
Yeah.
because it's funny, by the way.
Harvey Marblehead for the
Yes,
audience.
is Mr. Marblenads in her contacts?
You know, it is the only contact, as a matter of fact.
Not even Mrs. White?
No, she had that memorized.
But not on speed dial. That's what matters
Right,
here.
because she was always right by Mrs. White.
Mm.
She never left that woman's side.
Mrs. White knows she was a monster. Anyway,
Questions?
so if I call, what are we gonna say though? What are we gonna ask?
Okay. So we can do that. We should definitely think and I know Harper's grounded right now, but I feel like we all need to do this together.
Tell him if you can be Miss Nulla, tell him you defeated those meddling children.
Got it. Okay, that sounds too Scooby-Doo. They won't believe that, but I will tell him the
No.
problem has been eliminated.
Yeah, no, you can say, hey, I got the other cube because they probably want the cube back, right? And say, hey, we got a cube from those other kids. We sucked up
I've
their
retrieved the
monsters."
cube that was involved in the aquarium incident.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, okay. So
I need to know if the stockholders want it back, or if we should reinvest.
those darn shareholders.
What is a stockholder?
They hold
I don't
stock.
know. Miss Bitsy canonically taught me the term stock dividends during the poetry episode.
All right. So, you want to make this phone call. Let's make this phone call. Walk me through this.
I think we should decide where first we want to meet Marble.
Mr. Marblehead, yeah.
So we're safe. I don't think we should go to Philco then if we're drawing him out.
To the White House.
What about Harper's house? Why not Harper's house? Because
Wow,
if
we
Harper's
don't
mom is
know.
home, and
we don't
if we're being the assistant, she's always with Harper's mom.
That's true.
Can I look down the street? Is Harper's mom's car still in the driveway or whatever?
Yeah, it's Saturday.
Yeah, that's believable. That's a good lie.
Okay, yeah.
It's a good story.
Okay, and then
So,
now here's the part. We get the bad guy where we want them. And and you were talking about Beetleman Porvy, right? How do we catch them in the act?
oh,
to,
we used to
I
have
I
those-
pull out the radar gun.
So Purvi is holding a jump
Mr.
rope, and you're holding a radar gun.
No, the monster detector thing.
Yeah.
The like ray gun thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we can see if he's a monster.
Mm-hmm.
But like, how do we pin him?
I
Like,
think
should
we could just have our monsters eat them.
Oh,
honestly, yeah.
Purvi pulls out the
Okay.
mallet. She now has a jump rope and a mallet in her hands.
If you tie it, you can like swing it and then
Conk them out.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She puts both of them down and
You
pulls
can get a
out the
lot
mask.
of simpipable force.
She puts both of them down and pulls out the mask and ties it around her.
No, perfect. No.
All right.
We have.
So how do we make this phone call?
Okay. Miss Bitsy, you're gonna be here for emotional support, right? I'm looking down at my chest.
Yes.
Okay. You'll tell me my lines if I forget them, right? Okay, great. Dial the phone. I immediately forget what I was going to say and like make pleading eyes at Miss Bitsy, and she'll do it.
But you're gonna speak as Miss Bitsy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you take over Miss Bitsy for this
Okay, cool.
one.
Do you want me to roll for the useful?
Oh yeah, I need you to roll mimicry.
Cool. I am going to do. Can I use my relationship with Harper for this?
I don't
and
know
if
if that
it-
makes sense.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Remind me what this person sounded like, Juicy. Do you remember?
I actually
Fuck yeah.
don't.
Tutus.
Business lady, but not Harper's mom.
I will use the sage voice.
Sure.
Cool. So that's 2 2s.
That, you know what? That's enough to get a successful mimicry. I'm just gonna secretly roll some stuff and we're gonna find out something. So, you do you, sweetie, is what I'm gonna say.
Well, does he answer the phone, first of all?
After a handful of rings. Yeah.
Mr. Marblehead, I apologize for bothering you, but I was able to retrieve the missing device from the incident.
Status report. Let me know. How is the family?
The family is fine. The other children, there was a complication, and we'll have to have an explanation.
Was there then any incident that has to be reported or will be public?
If you come to help me take care of it, there won't be.
Why the hell do I have you then?
This is above my pay grade, sir.
There is nothing above your pay grade. You are not paid. You are my servant. Why do I need to get involved?
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I can see you're like calculating. It's fine. But I think that means you need another roll.
Okay, cool. What do you want me to roll?
I don't think it's the mimicry. I think it's the charm.
Okay. So face plus charm. I'm rolling 7 for that. And then I have an idea now. 3 5s.
All right, so that is amazing. So so based on your roll, you do swimmingly. What do you say to him?
I need you to come and visit us because we need your help, okay? I am switching to the teeny tiny voice's other useful ability to convince the people to do things that they shouldn't.
Where am I going?
The White House, sir.
The White House. In Washington?
No, the one here in town.
Oh, the VP of Legal Represent. Got it. Understood. Okay. This is gonna be a problem for you. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I created you with the specific purpose of being able to do these tasks without being attended.
I understand, sir. Those meddling kids. I hang up the phone.
I think I need all of you to roll a freak out.
Okay.
Okay, even though Purvi is in the front yard swinging the mallet on the jump rope.
Purvi
at a
was not
tree.
listening to that conversation
She
at
was
all.
Not listening.
Not at all.
She's practicing throwing it against a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Does she still need to roll to freak out?
Yes, of
Okay.
course. She was there. She sees Avi's face.
Okay.
Mia, what you got?
The risk is high.
One match. One match, but if that's a fail, I will spend attention to succeed.
No, one match is enough.
Okay,
All
I
you
got
needed
2
was
twos.
A pair.
Two
So
10s, 2 8s, 2 7s.
yeah,
Oh my.
okay.
Purvi is so courageous, you guys.
So Purvi's so oblivious is what this is. The other two are actually keeping their cool. So you hang up on Harvey Marblehead, CEO of Philco.
Mhm.
Every one of you is connected to this company.
Mhm.
You are certain he is destroying children to steal their monster's power. You don't know why. What are you going to do to prepare? Because he's not going to be long.
Okay, we should notify Harper. And Ollie starts typing up a friendship.
Mhm. Mhm. I take Miss Bitsy out of my overalls pocket and go, "Did I know you could do that?
Now you do.
We're getting you sequins tonight."
Shiny, 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 shiny.
Okay,
Shiny!
okay.
And
But
she's
like
gonna-
after the Marblehead incident. After the Marblehead incident. Mhm, mhm,
She's just zipping through the air. That like totally revitalized her.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Love that for her. I love her so much, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
You
what are you
need to
gonna...
be prepared.
Yeah, and how do you do that?
Well,
We gotta gear up.
Purvi
we
is
have some
swinging the
supplies.
mallet against the tree.
gear up for sure.
Stop.
I'm gonna call in for backup in case, hopefully not, but just in case things go wrong. Just make a
Mhm.
quick call, okay?
What does that
Mhm.
mean?
Ollie's gonna call his brother.
Okay.
Are we using the cell phone?
Oh
Because we don't have Harper's phone.
No.
And none of you have phones,
Miss
right?
Nellis.
Or do we ask Purvi's aunt if we can use her phone?
So you open up this mauve Razor flip phone. You dial in your brother. What it rings. He's gonna be like, hey. Who is this?
Hey, it's Ollie.
Wait, what phone are you using?
I'm using one of my friend's phone.
Okay. What do you need?
Okay, so remember when you gave me the bro talk and you said that, when I get older and I'm like at a party and something goes wrong, I can call you and no questions asked and you would be cool about it as long as I told you so I would be safe.
Yeah, but you gotta ask for consent first.
Okay, do I have your consent?
That's not about me, but that's fine. You'll get it when you're older. Yeah, what do you want?
Okay, so this is kind of like that? A little bit?
Dude, you're like 9.
I know, and that's why I'm asking you for your help. If I tell you though, you promise that you'll help and you won't tell anyone.
Okay. Is this a charm roll or a connive roll? What do you think? How do you
I think
feel?
Ollie's trying his best to be genuine. So
Okay, so we'll go with
regardless of
charm.
my stats,
I need you to
yeah.
roll me face plus charm.
I'm
Got this,
gonna
Ollie.
risk the Michael relationship die because this is what it is.
Oh god. Oh
Don't fuck it up with your cool big brother.
I know.
no. I'm really eager to see how this goes. I'm kind of hoping for failure for the drama.
Okay. Well, 2 3s.
We're gonna assume that's because you added that one extra die.
Yeah.
Bro, what do you need?
Okay.
That's as masculine as I get, by the way. Bro, what do you need?
um, I need you to come to the White House in like an hour.
Wait, am
can
I going to
you-
Washington, D.C.? I can't get there that fast.
No, Harper White House.
Like in
Yeah.
okay. Sure.
And then I need you, someone's gonna come by. I need you to take one of Mom's old, like camcorders, and I need you to record.
Bro,
just in
this is
case
both vague
anything.
and weird.
I know, but please, man, you promise.
Alright, fine. I'll be there soon. I'm a little busy.
Okay, it's fine, just in an hour.
Yeah, sure. Okay. You're not like in trouble, right? Like with a capital T.
No.
Don't get yourself hurt.
I won't if you'll be there.
Okay. I got you.
Is Michael on a date? Is that what's happening right now?
He's 15. I was gonna ask that, and then I was like, he's 15.
He might be. He also might be stoned. I'm not sure.
Maybe both.
Mhm.
Probably
Could be
both.
Could be
Probably
both.
both.
So while Ollie is on that phone call, Porvy has looked at the damage she's done to the tree, freaked out because she's only ever attacked monsters, and
Mhm.
she's pretty sure this is a human, and she's disappeared into the backyard and comes back out with the net from the soccer.
Hold on. Before you proceed, I need you to roll hands plus punching.
Hands plus punch.
Incredible.
Yeah. I'm curious about something. I want to know something.
That is 2 9s.
Okay, that tree, a little messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that rubber mallet did some damage.
Yeah, no, it freaked her out. It freaked her out when she saw the damage. So she has changed tactics, and she has a soccer net in the backyard that she has undone the net from.
Did she properly undo it, or did she cut it?
I think it's one of those ones where like you can like hook it around. So like the actual bars come separate from the net.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
she
yeah.
has unhooked the net.
Okay, she did it properly.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. All right, so you've prepared. We only have a little bit of time left in today's episode. I want to know, how are you planning on involving Harper? Because you're going to need Harper.
Well, we're gonna get there before. And Harper's grounded, so I don't think if we walk up to the door and ask to... Actually, I should be saying this in character, because this is us forming our plan. I don't think they're gonna let us go see her if we just come up and say we're there to see Harper.
Yeah, I have the friendship written up,
Mm-hmm.
typed up. So I can have Quick deliver it really quick. And then maybe we can
Just
meet
tell her to
out.
come downstairs.
Yeah, she'll have to figure out how to get out. We can meet her in the backyard. Their backyard's huge, so we can hide.
Mm-hmm.
What if we call Mrs. White's phone from Miss Nulla's phone and tell her that she has a meeting she has to go to?
Does Mrs. White know that Miss Nulla is dead?
Yeah, that's the thing.
This
like,
was
I don't
literally the
know.
first thing I was asking.
But it's like, we also don't know if we can trust her. Like, what if, like, she's like, no, I don't. And also, where are you? You know what I mean?
Did Ollie tell us about that list?
Oh, yeah, here's all the evidence.
Harper's not on the list. Her mom might be protecting her.
Right. And, like, there are some other kids missing, but we're just not sure. I mean, I could have Squid go read. her
Hang on.
mind,
Give me the phone. I call Mrs. White.
Okay. Hi there.
They're coming for
Bianca.
Harper! Mr. Marblehead is on his way and he's coming for Harper!
Bianca,
I hang
are
up.
you okay? And then it just cuts off. All right, then. Interesting. That was such a choice, and I love you for that. Okay. So, on that note, I think that is where we will end it today. Thank you.
Juicy's
playing.
like, shit, I have to rewrite the entire next session I had planned.
That's actually not true, but I love the way you think. We're doing jazz, baby. All right. So, while we're ending, tell the people again who the heck you are and where the heck they can find you, starting with Supriya.
Hi, I'm Zoop or Supriya. You can find me as Zoop Machine all over the web. I do various stuff on the Starfield, on Game Master Monday. I've shown up on other channels like Girls Run These Worlds. Hopefully, I will be on Roll D5 sometime soon. So, if you want to see where I'm at, you can check out my card, zoopmachine.card.co. Zoop is ZOUP. And, it's like soup, but zany. And, I really like playing games and I like making stuff up. I love, mechanics and, if you want to play or try something out, let me know.
Thank you. Rosie.
Hello, my name is Rosalie. Rosie or any other shortened version thereof is fine. You can find me on all my social media at Rosatyrs, ROSATYRS, like Rosie and the little goat folk. This is an alpaca, not a goat. You smush them together and you get Rosatyrs. I am a cast member on Magnificence, a podcast from Tabletop Tailspinners Network, where I play Sage. It is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition dark fantasy podcast. Listen to specifically, I believe it's episode 14 through 18 is the Dream Crown arc, and holy shit, it is our first magnum opus. There are more to come, but that specific 5-episode arc, if you're not sure about a D&D podcast, 5e, there's a ton of them out there, that is a really, really, really good sample of our show, and if you want to start there, I encourage you to. And then you can go back and listen to the earlier episodes once you know you like it, because you will. You can also find me... right now, nowhere else, actually. I don't think I have anything actively going on. I will be on Starcrawl playing some Paint the Town Red very soon, which is I'm really excited about. Juicy, if you haven't checked out Paint the Town Red, I have never seen a system that was more made for Juicy Garland.
I actually don't know it, and I need to look.
I'll send you the quick start after this. But yeah, you just follow me on my socials, check out my card. I will post about stuff on there.
All right. Thank you. And Mia.
Hi, I'm Mia, MIA. You can find me on places and such, Eosha X Art. You can find all the rest of my socials on eosha.card.co. I like to draw, I like to play, I like to GM and do a bunch of sort of things and such. You'll be seeing me in other things coming up this year. So excited for that. But yeah, I'm always down to play, meet more people, and do crazy fun things.
Heck yeah. And you can find Sal at Fuchsia UFO on the social media platforms that they are found. They're not here because they're grounded. And I am Juicy Garland. I am a Boston area drag queen and super nerd who's part of TTN. You can find me at Juicy Garland or at Juicy.Garland. Search one, you'll find the other. You can find me in All Our Faults, which is a TTN production. You can find me in Delta Green Dead Channels, which is the official Delta Green podcast for actual play pods, and I'm in a couple of their stuff, and I'm in more coming up in the future. I'm really excited about that. You can also find me on stuff like Roll D5, Game Master Monday, a whole bunch of other channels because I'm a slut. Thank you for watching our show, and thank you for enjoying our chaos. Have a great night. Good night.